Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's webinar. We've got some great information to share with everyone and want to thank you for taking the time to log in tonight and see this business, whether you are already representative and you want to see all the great announcements and all the new updates, while at the same time, a guest seeing this for the first time. And I can tell you right now, I've been in your shoes. I know what it's like, and I know I'm so excited about this company. I'll tell you why I'm so excited about this company. I mean, this industry's been around for over 100 years. And we've seen so many different companies, so many different products, so many different services, so many different gimmicks out there. And although many great companies out there exist, MYLIFE has something that is absolutely unique, a model that's unique, a philosophy that's unique. And the reason I know this, just to introduce myself, my name is Nari Aznavour. I'm from the Montreal, Canada marketplace. I'm a regional team coach with the company, and I got involved with this company since its inception. The reason really behind it is because I've had some experience prior to MYLIFE with the industry of network marketing. And it's been quite the ride, and I've learned a lot. And that's why when I sat down and saw MYLIFE, I looked at it from an experienced person's point of view, knowing what's out there. And the moment I saw the concept, the compensation plan, and everything behind it, I knew I had to jump on board, and that is what I did. The co-founders are people that I've known for quite some time. Sorry about that. The co-founders are people that I've of mine. In fact, the gentleman that will be sharing this information with you is someone that I met when I was only 20 years old. I'm 29 now, and it's someone, when I met this gentleman, he inspired me. It was as if he was speaking to me the way that I always thought in my head, but didn't find people around me necessarily that shared the same visions and the way of explaining certain things that I said, I'm home. And I've met someone that I love to get to know more. Over the years, we've become more closer. The last few years, we've worked very closely together. And this person is someone who has built teams of hundreds of thousands of representatives in 20+ countries around the globe, millions of customers, and he's helped change many people's lives. In fact, he's actually created and helped people achieve levels of income of 7 figures and more per year. So this is definitely someone that you want to listen to closely because not only is he experienced, he is also a legend in the industry of network marketing. And now he has started this company called MYLIFE, and he is a co-owner, president, and CEO of MYLIFE. And what I'd like to do is pass over the presentation to him so he can share some important information with you. Listen closely is the best advice I could give you. The most expensive thing we can have in business, as many people say, is a closed mind, right? So please listen to this information, let it sink in, and at the end, well, you can make a decision for yourself, all right? So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce to you a very dear friend of mine, President, CEO, and co-owner of MYLIFE, Mr. Andre Maronian. Andre, can you hear me?
Thank you, Nari. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me all right?
Clear. Thank you.
All right.
It's all yours. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. I appreciate you and that warm introduction. Folks, I want to welcome all of you to our presentation tonight. But I'd be remiss if I didn't share a little bit about how I feel about Nari. She has been a phenomenal asset to this company. Not only is she somebody that helps us at the corporate level as one of our field ambassadors, she helps us with translations and coordinating so many functions and efforts from a corporate perspective. But at the same time she's doing all of that, she's driving a very strong business within our company, just like each and every one of you that are either involved or taking a look at our business to get involved. We just really love and appreciate Nari's commitment to our company, and just cannot wait to see how far she truly goes. She's been one of the top producers, top performers, and she's been creating a lot of success stories, which is really what MYLIFE ultimately is all about in the end, is really helping people become successful. So Again, Nari, thank you very much for that warm welcome. And I want to welcome each and every one of you, especially the ones that are guests on this line that are looking at My Life for the very first time. It is an honor and a privilege for me to have the chance to speak to each and every one of you. I do not take lightly the fact that you are taking time out of your schedule to join us here tonight. It means a lot. And as Nari mentioned earlier, the most expensive thing anyone can own is a closed mind. But we respect the fact that you are open enough to get onto this webinar today. And especially on behalf of the person that you respected enough to be on the line through. Somebody invited you here, and that person thinks enough of you to join, to ask you to look at and potentially do business together with, and that means a lot. And again, we thank you for taking that time. Let me tell you a little bit about me. I'm originally born and raised in Rochester, New York. I went off and became an engineer, went to University of Buffalo, got my bachelor's degree in electrical engineering, went off and became a systems engineer from there. And what drove me into this industry was just the need to earn more income, because what I was doing was just not paying enough. I had more expenses than I had income, and I wanted more. And when I was shared some amazing, wealth principles that only this industry could truly give without the real risks that were associated with it, I became attracted immediately and was able to do some phenomenal things, as Nari had mentioned. And I'm humbled to say that, I've been able to help a lot of other people do the same thing. And now I'm here as one of the co-owners of this company, putting together and have put together a company and a platform for many other people to be able to enjoy that same success if they just come in with a work ethic, a desire to do something great. So my job here tonight is to take you through the MYLIFE.net business opportunity, to give you enough information to make an educated decision on moving forward. And in doing so, I need to start off by basically, kind of setting the tone on a few things. And my first question to each and every one of you is, wouldn't you agree that most people that own their own business have more freedom, choices, and lifestyle compared to others? Like, is success associated typically with controlling your life and in many cases moving right through ownership of business? And if the answer is yes to you, you believe that that is the case, and that owning a business will give you more freedom, choices, and lifestyle, then my question to you is, why haven't you started one yet? Now, I know what you might be thinking. Well, you might be gathering your thoughts, maybe this, maybe that. Well, look, we understand. That's really why My Life is here. But if you know that that's what is required, right, in order for you to have more freedom, choices, and lifestyle, we have to start thinking about why we haven't started one yet. But let me help you with that. Might it be because of what you see on this screen? Might it be because of cost? It's too expensive to start a business, right? A traditional business. Or how about the risk? You could lose it all, or all the unknowns. You've never owned a business before. So what if I make a lot of mistakes and it costs me a lot, or this and that? I hurt my entire business, or the tax obligations, the legal unknowns, the technology needs, the employees. That's a world of its own, right? How about office space? How about the amount of time it takes to actually open? You don't think of a concept and then just open it up the next day. That doesn't happen. And I believe one of the hardest of all to swallow is that the owner is the absolute last person typically to get paid. And so when you think about all of these things, could we sum it all up with one word? And that is intimidation. You have been intimidated to do what you already know you needed to do to get where you wanted to go. And that is why 97% of this planet ends up working for the other 3%. It's not because you want to. It's not because you don't realize what you need to do. It's just that these intimidation factors have stopped you from doing that. So my question to you is, what if there were a way to remove every single thing you see on that left-hand side? If there was a way to do that, right, would you consider starting your own business? Might you have already started one prior to today, if that was the case? And if the answer to that question is yes, then what I'd like to do, and it is my honor and privilege to welcome you to MYLIFE.net. MyLife was established in 2013, right? We're brand new. The timing couldn't be better. The co-owners of our company, right, myself included, we have over 50 years experience doing what it is that many of our representatives are doing. So we have an understanding. Our headquarters is based out of the Tampa, Florida marketplace. And what we're becoming quite well known for is helping people start what we like to call a custom business. Right now, that's a loaded and I think a very attractive word. We're going to be getting into what that means, but we're customizing businesses for you. I think and believe that people are tired of being forced to like a specific product in order to get where they want to go. MyLife flipped the script. We said, no, we need to adapt to you. We need to provide the services that you want to get where you want to go and ultimately allow you to get up and running. Why are we able to provide value? Why do we have a unique offering in many cases? Is because we have savings for the customers. How? By removing the advertising cost. Everything you ever buy, everything is absolutely 100% marked up because of advertising. So keep that in mind, right? And when you don't have advertising, we can pass that savings on to the customer. Now, our mission as a company is freedom from what I like to call the rat race epidemic. Many people out there are working 40 hours a week, right? Really tough hours, 40 years of their life to retire on 40% of what they couldn't live on in the first place. We are here to break that, that chain of events, to help people truly get out of that cycle. And then we have a very serious dedication to charity. We're proactive. A percent of our top line revenue goes to charitable, functions and so on that I could spend a half an hour on. And if you have interest in that, you can get with the person that invited you, and we can tell you about how everything you do in this company will absolutely help on a national, international, and even on a local level if you have interest. The visions of our business, we have many different products and services in these 4 divisions. My home has to do with anything inside your home. My social is anything that has to do with you leaving your home. My family are personal to you and your family members. And then my health, which I believe truly speaks for itself. Always growing. You're going to see how that works. We're currently doing business in the United States and Canada, and we have many other countries that are coming very soon. Now, what separates us from any other company that you've ever heard of out there? Well, most traditional companies are known for for their one offering. They're either known for some product, for some service, some health and wellness, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but what I believe personally through my experience, and many others do, is that that's a very limited attraction model, because the trick is not just for you to become passionate about the products or services. The trick is that you need to find somebody else that's equally passionate about that specific product enough to say, yes, I'm willing to get involved. And we've just been involved in the industry long enough to know that that's sometimes a taller order than it may seem up front. But at MyLife, we believe in being able to attract anyone that wants to start a business. So we offer products and services that touch your entire life. And we're going to get into that here in a moment. Now, our philosophy is that it needs to be easy to start. It has to be easy to get up and running. That was one of the intimidation factors, right? How long it takes to open. Well, we have a ready, set, go mentality with our business. All you have to do is choose MyLife for your new business. You get a store with empty shelves. We'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. Then you just choose the products that you are passionate about, not the ones we're passionate about. You choose the ones you're passionate about from any MyLife division that we have. Some or all, that's up to you. And then you're open for business. This entire process literally can take 30 minutes or less. Where else can somebody be up and running with their own business? That's where MyLife comes in. Now, how are we able to customize our own business? This is just one way, but you can fill your shelves, create your store your way with a tool that's in your back office. It's included in your web shop. And what will happen is you can actually add, remove, reorganize, and feature different products and services based on your own liking. And we're going to get into what those products are right now. Now, as I break down these products, you're going to notice that I'm not going to spend too much time on them because we already know, this is something you probably have never heard before, but we already know up front that you don't have a passion for every single product and service that we have. But that's not what we're marketing here at MyLife. We're marketing customizable businesses. So we know that for every one product or service that you may not have passion for, someone else does. And if you're thinking 5 and 10 moves ahead, you realize that that's important for the growth of your business. The product you're passionate about is important for your business, but for the growth of your business, it's about others being attracted to a product or service. So I want you to think about that, in the back of your mind. If there is a product or service that makes sense to you, after the presentation is over, the people that have invited you on, you can ask them about it, and we'd be glad to share more information about them. But let's start by discussing MYLIFE discounts. Anybody that is passionate about saving money, coupon clippers out there, you know what? This is an incredible value for $19.99 a month. This is a cashback deal. For $19.99 a month, they get a $25 every month restaurant.com voucher usable at any restaurant on restaurant.com. So they're already starting the month off $5 ahead if they just use the voucher. Then what these customers do is they go into over 300,000 locations across the US and Canada, and they work on seeing how far they can take those savings. People try to get it to 50, 80, 100, or even more in monthly savings from places that they're going anyway. And you can see there's restaurants, concerts, theaters, sporting events, personal fitness clubs, retail shopping, a lot of places that every one of you go to, and there's a huge value for those that have passion for this product. Let's talk about My ID Protect. Some of the biggest nationwide merchants today, the businesses today, if you've been following the news, this is a big deal where a lot of that data has been taken from those companies. And I will tell you, My ID Protect is a perfect solution for those customers that are worried about that and want to feel safer and more secure. This is critical for those folks. And I'll tell you, it's funny. Most people that have had their ID taken from them, they're much more serious about it than those that aren't. But I can tell you that the news has been playing perfectly into this service and the importance of this service in their lives. I also believe that falling right in line with that is credit score monitoring, not just knowing about and being able to help you improve your credit score with helpful assistance, but also being able to keep track of anything that's going on and so on. And they will help you in improving it and all of the above. Very exciting stuff for those that, again, have passion for a service like that on your shelves. Let's talk about tech support. There are a lot of people out there, and this also has a small business application, businesses that would like to cut down on their expenses, but for a very low $14.99 a month, customers and small businesses can actually have their own technicians that will not only support them with your computer, but a lot of different electronic devices, your iPhone, iPad, all those kinds of devices, your Xbox, your PlayStation. They'll even remote support, like log in from a distance and help you. And worst case scenario, they have their own geek squad that'll come out to your home. So very exciting, good product service for those that where it applies, right? Where you have passion for that product or service. Data Cloud, if you're familiar with the iCloud for Apple, very similar. You can actually take some of the most important files that you have, securely put them in a remote location, accessible by many different devices. And I can tell you that it is 100 gig of space and way cheaper than what you pay on your iPhone or any device similar. Trust Alarm Service. Exciting because many people want that protection, and I don't care where you stand on this whole gun debate, one side or the other. I think it's really important to know that alarm systems are needed. It's absolutely increased the need for protection, and this has become a very good solution for that. We have reliable GE technology. It's award-winning monitoring, and there's also an app on your phone that you can use for arming, disarming. As you can see there's a touch screen as well. You can also use the camera function and see within your home when you're in remote locations. Very exciting, and I'll tell you, a lot of people are passionate about this service as well. Digital phone service. We're in the process of actually launching this service. North American service coverage for a very low $23.95 a month, unlimited calling, many different countries. It's looking like 75 or so that you're going to be able to call for those that have and still have home phone service. And there's still a huge amount of people that absolutely appreciate and would like to take advantage of a service like this. Let's talk about energy service as well. Currently in the process of launching New York, Ohio, Illinois, and Texas for both residential and commercial, getting paid when people heat or cool their home, plug their fridge in, turn their lights on, any of those things that they do every single day anyway. We are going to be expanding into many more states and the Canadian marketplace as well. But the nice thing about a service like this, again, is that you hook them up one time, same with the phone, and you get paid again and again and again. Now let's talk about my aloe source. There's a lot of people that do have passion for this. I can tell you that from an aloe perspective, there's a lot of incredible upsides when it comes to aloe. Not only consuming it, but what goes on you goes in you. And I can tell you, we have had a passionate group of business owners in our company that go and market the My Aloe Source line, many different products there that you can take advantage of. And I will tell you, there are many women in our company that are doing spa parties, and they're building their businesses through that process. They're helping people utilize and use and those that product, and then or any of them in the line, and then ultimately gain customers that way. Again, some of you have an interest in this and would be quite passionate about starting a business in skincare. My green products, another big one for us. One of the things that I like most about this personally, and I think it makes us unique, is the activation in under 10 seconds. Now, many of you probably don't know this, but if you look at the back of a Lysol bottle, yes, it kills bacteria. Yes, it kills a lot of other things, but you have to leave it on the surface for approximately 10 minutes or more, depending on. And, who does that? Most people across North America are spraying down their table. They smell something, they associate smell with clean, which it is not, and then they wipe it down and nothing happens. All natural, non-toxic, non-corrosive solution activates in under 10 seconds. We have a clean spray, clean wipes, pet wipes, a detergent, and fruit and vegetable spray, right, that are in the line currently. Let's talk about My Pure Shower. Chlorine is added to your water to kill bacteria and other, undesirables. But the part that we, may not realize is that once chlorine in your water is heated, what it ends up happening is it turns into vapor and can become a leading cause of itchy skin, irritation, and some believe can cause a lot of other things that we don't want to see happen. And I can tell you that what I love about this Pure Shower is the fact that it's something that your customers can see every single day, the value of it, and the water comes through, hits the filter, right? Ultimately removes the chlorine out of it and gives you the kind of shower that, first of all, you don't smell the water. And the cartridge in there lasts a family of 4. So 4 people are using the same shower 6 months, for 6 months straight. If you've got 2 using the shower, it'll last you a whole year. Very exciting product. A lot of people love it. And I can tell you that, from personal, as a personal user myself, I used to have a lot of itchy skin. And since installing this into my home, it has changed everything. Again, another product that maybe you have passion for and you could see yourself marketing. Gromax, I call this steroids for lawn and garden. That's an actual picture from a representative in our home that actually used that spray bottle, right? So you actually, the hose goes into the right side there. You spray it out, and that's an actual example of what happened over a 7-day period. There is a farm and golf course application here. I can tell you huge commercial commissions for those kinds of things. And, again, we're quite passionate about this product. Many people have seen massive changes in a very short period of time. Your lawn will look different than your neighbor's by far with My Gromax. Currently, our number one seller today has been our diet coffee pills. 2 pills a day, 30 minutes before a meal. Personally, I've lost a lot of weight on this myself. What I love most about it is that you can begin your weight loss with 100% all natural, but without having to change a thing that you do. The hardest thing about losing weight, in my opinion, is starting, getting over that 3-day hump. having to change things and then see the results 3 days later. And then you start feeling better and you get more motivated. Well, with our Pure Green coffee pills, you actually don't change a thing and you start seeing results. And in many cases, it motivates you to get going. I just think it's powerful. A lot of people out there marketing this service, this product as well. And then what does the future look like with our company, right? What can you expect as a business owner with MYLIFE, right? Well, what's going to happen is MYLIFE is going to continuously explore new and exciting products and services, for each and every one of you to market. That's what we do on a regular basis. So we're going to continue to explore new and exciting products. That's what we do. And then you, as a business owner, decide if it goes on your shelf. So when we go and roll out the next product, whether it's a coffee or some kind of a really neat app that goes on your phone, whatever it may be, and we're looking at everything you could imagine, exciting all the time, you will determine as a business owner and decide if that needs to be on your shelf. If it does, you go into your web shop back there and you can go ahead and add it onto your shelves. Now, people ask me all the time, so why MYLIFE? What is MYLIFE? Well, you can read it right up there on the right-hand side. MYLIFE is the best solution for people that ultimately want to start a personalized business. That's what MYLIFE is. Let's compare against the traditional approach again, right? Traditionally, if you were to go start a traditional business, there would be what we call this planning phase, right? Huge cost, right? Time, mistakes that are made that cost even more, no income during that time, a lot of risk, credit, unknowns. It's a very difficult time, knocks most people out of starting a business. Then, let's talk about the back office, right? The area of the store you never see, right? The accounting, the customer support, the taxes, the legal, the managing of people, all that goes on with that. That's a big deal. And then you have the front side where the sales happen, the quality control needs, the customer satisfaction, the product value, the marketing costs and efforts, the advertising that goes along with this. This is a huge sacrifice for the lifestyle that you eventually get. And we understand that. Now, when you consider that versus MYLIFE.net, right? You look at MYLIFE.net today and you say, what is MYLIFE all about? Why are we different? Well, because first, all you do is you choose MYLIFE. You just say, I choose MYLIFE as my business. Then you pick the products and choose a web shop. We'll get into what a web shop is here in a moment, right? So you pick your products and choose a web shop. And then finally, you grow your business. And literally, that's all you have to do. You choose MYLIFE, you pick your products and choose a web shop, and you grow your entire business. That's all. MYLIFE ultimately handles everything you see on the left-hand side. We handle all of it. That is an exciting concept that I think many of you can begin to appreciate and understand why people choose MYLIFE.net. All right? Now, how do I get started? Every business on planet Earth has two main costs, always. There's the startup fee, and then there's the overhead, okay? And and it's always the case. What does it take to start, and what does it take to maintain and continue to run, right? Now, at MYLIFE, right, you can start up and become an independent business owner, right? And the cost is free. It literally can cost you nothing. There's an option to start with a company for free and have no startup cost whatsoever. This is absolutely unheard of in the industry, right? But again, that's what you can do. And then from an overhead perspective, to run your business, right, for the cost of a cup of coffee a day, you can what we call rent it. You can rent a web shop, either web shop or web shop plus for $30 a month or $45 a month, a cup of coffee a day. You could run your entire business. Now, recently, we've been asked by business owners in our company, is there a way that we can actually put an end to that overhead cost as well? Well, we came up with an option for those. And again, this is an option, but you can choose to own it. You can actually at any time. Doesn't have to be today. It could be at any time you choose. You can decide to go from renting your web shop to actually owning it for a one-time $995 cost. And then once you make that money, you're basically in the black. And if you get the web shop plus, it's $14.99 a month. But again, this is an option. We don't mind which route you go. All we care is that you choose MyLife. Now, what happens for all of that? Well, you're able to choose from any of the favorite products and services that you see. There's no geographic constraints, right? None. MyLife handles all the intimidation factors. Everything that you saw before, we handle it. We provide the structure, the framework, the accounting, the support for both you and your representatives and all your customers. I mean, that alone is huge. You don't have to take one phone call from one customer. You just make the relationship step away. We'll take care of the rest and you get paid. And then we provide the training. And my favorite of all is this business is willable to kids and grandkids. Isn't that why we do what we do anyway? Right? And to be able to leave this business behind that is being run without the headaches to people that you care about in the just in case, right? And down the road, you know what? That's a reason that people choose mylife.net. Now, let's talk about the web shop, right? The web shop is inclusive, right, of a few things. First and foremost is your custom sales site, right? The custom sales site is very important, right? You need to be able to have a front side, right? The sales floor where, people can buy different products or services. Well, it's easy to use. We have a very, very simple shopping cart. This was very important to us as a company because people don't like to go to a site, have a bad experience. They'll never come back. The shopping cart is simple. You can customize customize it. Additionally, repeat customers was a big deal. It remembers who they are when they visit again. They have their own customer profiles, their own account portal, and depending on what they're doing when they come back, they can actually have an all mouse, no keyboard experience when they come back. They can just click, check out, done, if it's just a typical repeat buy for them. So this was important, and I got to tell you, a lot of our business owners rave about our shopping cart. Additionally, there's the My Office piece, the back office portion of your business, right? The part that most people don't see. You need to be able to track your business, have the right accounting, right? Checks and balances. Well, we give you a whole bunch in here. The My Store sales, it tracks every single transaction that happens over there on your custom sales site, real time commissions. We are the best in the business. Our business owners are raving, absolutely raving about the real-time commissions. As soon as something happens, everything updates. Real-time reporting. You can track your progress. You can edit your store back there, meaning everything on the left side, you can edit right here in your office. We have our own alert systems, a help desk that you can actually go and generate tickets to discuss things with corporate, and then training media, everything you could possibly imagine to get you trained on how to use your back office, your custom sales site, and every task or and thing you ever want to do, is handled back there. You can actually get that information. Now, what is your goal? Great. Here's what I get. I get that. I understand. I get a business. This is way better than starting a traditional business. This is, potentially at this point has already answered a lot of your prayers. Wonderful. But now what do I do? Well, your job is to promote through the company, right? To get to positions. We can try to overcomplicate this, but we don't like to here at MyLife. It's simple. Just get involved as an IBO and then promote yourself through the company. So your job is to become an ILR as fast as you can, independent life rep. And we'll get into what that means. And then once you get there, your job is to get to every position after it. Certified life rep, life coach, executive team coach, ETC, regional team coach, national vice president, and international vice president. As you move rightward, you make more money for the same thing. You will earn bonuses and residual income. That means that you're earning income every month for something that someone bought a long time ago, right? That's powerful, at every single position. And we end up having 5 different ways to get paid and incentivized. Our compensation plan is powerful. A lot of it has to do with many different features that we're going to go through right now. But number 1, we have personal commissions. That's anytime you market something through your sales site. Then we have the team commissions, right? That's anytime somebody in your organization markets something. Then we have personal and team bonuses. Those are just rewards and bonuses, right, that you earn based on what you do or what you help your team do. And then finally, our very exciting rewards program, because we recognize here at MyLife, people do more in some cases for things than they do for money. And the good news is you can get both here at mylife.net. Now, your goal, again, is to progress as quick as you possibly can. You want to become an independent life rep, ILR, as quick as you can. But of course, you're starting as an IBO. So as an IBO, you make a decision to start as early as tonight. You will earn commissions on each personal sale that happens through your web shop. So every time your web shop has action going on, you're going to end up making a commission on every single one of them. Additionally, you're going to earn money on all your directly sponsored reps' web shops. So as their web shops have action, you're also going to get paid. But we don't stop there, right? Our goal is to promote and become an ILR, right? So that's the case. Now, why do you want to become an ILR? Besides me just telling you to. Well, the first reason is, I think, very clear and apparent. You earn 2 times the personal commissions compared to an IBO. So if you were, let's say your web shop had some action. As an IBO, you earned a $5 commission on it. Now, as an ILR, you would earn a $10 commission when that action happens through your web shop. So that is exciting. I think that's value alone, right? But it doesn't stop there. The other reason is what I like to call unlimited levels of pay, right? As your organization is growing with IBOs, you can participate in what we call 20% match pay. Now, what is match pay? That means that every single time, right, one of your IBOs in your group, like you see in that picture, earns $5, you earn 1. Or if they earn 100, you earn 20. So I want you to imagine having a team of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of IBOs that are all out there, with their web shop, with action happening. And you're just 20% match paying them on everything that they're doing. You can see how people can get excited about this and why they want to become an ILR as fast as they possibly can. So that leads me to the next comment. How do I become an ILR? Well, we have 3 options for you to get there. We're the customize a business people, folks. We can't just have one. We have to give you different ways, right? And you only need one of them. So don't, as I break these down, don't think you have to do all of them. It's just pick the one you want and go after it. So the first way is 690 in personal BV. What BV is equivalent to sales, right? So as you actually go and market different products and services, we accumulate the totals. And this is inclusive of anything that you take on yourself, right, with your essentials. But again, 690 in personal BV. And this doesn't have to happen in a week, doesn't have to in a month. As soon as you get to 690, I don't care how long it takes, you promote to ILR. Now, the second way is by helping 6 direct IBOs that take the web shop plus, right? So 6 people that end up getting involved, right, that end up taking the web shop plus, and that will promote you to ILR. But I know what some of you on this line are thinking. You're saying, well, I don't want to wait that long. You know that whole picture that you saw, this one or anyone before, where you saw a lot of people? I don't want to wait until I get these 2 things done to start making 2 times the commissions and unlimited levels of pay. I don't want that to happen. Well, we created an option for those that want to take advantage of it day one. And that is to promote instantly with a $299 startup. Now, I want you to know we as a company don't mind which of those 3 you choose. We just care that you choose MyLife. But at MyLife, you can choose the path. And if you see the value, and we're going to keep going, you will see the value in what lane you want to take to ILR. Okay? Now, let me show you a theoretical example of what can happen and why some people choose to promote instantly. But again, it's your call, right? My question to you is, how long do you think it would take for you to find 3 people that could be passionate enough to want to start a business with MyLife with the product that they are passionate about? How long do you think it would take, right? Now, I know you're probably thinking what I thought, and that is not long, especially that there's a free startup option, right? So 3 people, right? Now, the question, because if you believe you could do this in a reasonable amount of time, we've had people in our company accomplish this in a day. We've had people do this in a couple hours. But again, 3. And if you believe 3 can happen in a reasonable amount of time, do you believe those 3 could do the same thing you just did? That they could introduce 3. Same way, same parameter, same concept. And if you believe that can happen, then my question then is, do you believe it could happen 4 more times? And if you believe it could happen 4 more times, you'd have over 1,000 people on your team. Just because, now, mind you, you didn't do all this. You just introduced 3, and we taught everybody how to do the same thing. And let's assume that each of those business owners marketed through their web shop 100 a month. 100 a month. And it's not necessarily they go and actually do this. They could offer services that and products that come in every single month at 100, right? But let's say that were to happen. Well, let me show you why people want to get to ILR. Because if you had a team like that and you were an ILR at the time, just on the 20% matching on IBOs, you would earn upwards to $1,500 a month on that action through other people's web shops. And they're all driving for themselves. Now you can say, wow, that's pretty cool, right? Yeah, it absolutely is, especially when it keeps coming in every single 30 days. That is the most exciting way to get paid. Now, I got to tell you, I like being conservative. So what if we're off by 80%? What if instead of having 1,000 people, you only end up with 200? Or instead of 200, you still have 1,000, but they all market $20 a month. You know what I mean? I don't care how it happens. And now you're earning up to $300 a month. Now, why is this significant? I'll tell you why. Because a few years back, there was a study that said that over 80% of the bankruptcies in the United States alone would have been avoided with an extra $300 a month. It's not that they needed $10 and $20 and $50,000. They just went underwater. And whether you're underwater an inch or a mile, you drown. And at the end of the day, this becomes a serious opportunity for people to be able to change their life, even if it's just a little. Now, what do I do next? Well, you just keep going. You keep going. You don't stop at ILR, right? You work on getting promoted to the higher positions because you will earn even more money on anything they sell. This is critical, right? So you want to get to life coach. You want to get to executive team coach, national vice president, international vice president. You shoot for the higher positions and you earn more money on every single thing that that is happening through their web shops, right? Now, what happens when you get promoted? Well, you make more money, right? But I want to give you a kind of an example still based on the theoretical example you saw before. Let's say you promoted to life coach, then ETC, RTC, and you got to national vice president. What does that mean? Well, your monthly pay could increase by over $10,000 a month based on the theoretical example that you saw prior to this. So you could see why people want to get promoted. They want to make more money for what their team is already doing through their web shops. That's powerful, okay? So you could see why people want to get promoted, right? Now, your job in this company, again, is to keep pushing. But what a lot of people in MYLIFE do is they focus on a fast track to life coach, right? Now, what is that fast track to life coach? It's where you start at whatever position you want to start at. You're either an IBO, right? And you're pushing your way through the compensation plan to life coach, or you promote instantly to ILR and you're pushing your way to life coach, right? So your job is to go life coach, right? I mean, that's where really everyone is focusing on getting to as quick as they can. And MYLIFE puts an incentive on the table for you to get that done. If you become a life coach in 30 days or less, our company throws a $1,000 bonus on the table for getting that done. Now, of course, you have to get to every single position before you can get to life coach, right? So you travel through. But if you end up with 100 BV and help 3 people that become CLRs with 100 BV, right? That is worth $1,000. Now, if you don't do it in 30 days and it's 31 days or later, it's still $300. Now, you can start seeing why some people choose to promote instantly to ILR because they say, you know what, can I look like that picture someday? And if you believe the answer is yes, you can look like that picture someday, then guess what? You can become, you will have $300 waiting for you. So that's why people promote instantly as well. That's another reason they get it done, right? Now, we don't stop there. We also believe in fast starts at higher positions. Hit executive team coach in 60 days, we'll throw another $1,000 on the table. hit regional team coach in 90 days, we'll throw another $3,000 on the table. This is besides all the other money that's being made, right? And then if you become a national vice president and international vice president, whenever you hit, we don't care when, but when you hit, you will earn 10,000. You'll have 10,000 waiting for you and 50,000 waiting for you, at that point of hitting national vice president and international vice president. So we're all about speed. We're all about helping people make it happen in a quick way. And I think you'd agree this is pretty exciting and additional incentives. And then the last piece here is our rewards program. My favorite part of the whole business. I got to tell you, giving these rewards away for accomplishments that people have done to better their families and also to know this is on the table as well is very, very exciting. So all you got to do to get these rewards, think about this, is help other people. Help other people and earn great rewards. So the way our rewards program works is that you got to get to the position after life coach. So executive team coach is where it begins. So, obviously people are shooting for life coach to get the fast starts, but then the next step is to get to executive team coach, which is really just helping 3 people become life coach on your team. But once that happens, now we start tracking the sales within your organization, right? Everything that happens in everybody's web shops, right? So we look at everybody and we start accumulating all web shops in your ETC organization. And once it gets up to $1,000 in web shops sales, we give you an Apple TV. When it gets to 3,000 in web shop sales, all together, right? All the people in your group. Then we give you an iPad mini, right? We take it up higher to 6,000. And I'll tell you, you can get a watch, a PS4, or an Xbox One. And how about up to 10,000? You end up getting, you have the ability to figure out where $400 a month begins going onto a Target card, a gas card, Amazon card, whatever you want. We call that the expense buster. And you can just determine where $400 a month goes. I don't know about you, but how exciting do you think it would be for not only the people, you and people on your team, but for others looking at the company and you tell them, I haven't had to pay gasoline for a year. And they go, why? Well, because I got involved with this company, MYLIFE, that I customized a business to me, right? It was very easy for me to get up and running. And all I had to do was focus on building my dreams, building other people's dreams. And now I have an expense buster of $400 a month and I don't pay for gas. I mean, to me, that's exciting, right? At RTC, it begins getting more and more exciting. Anything from a 3D television, $1,000 a month shopping spree to some of those incredible name brands like Gucci, Versace, or even a car payment, Jaguar, Mercedes, BMW, $1,000 a month. National vice president, where it gets more emotional, right? How about a home renovation package of $30,000? You hit a certain level as national vice president, you add up all the web shops in your organization, it hits a certain milestone, $30,000. We call you up and say, what room in your house do you want us to take over? It could be a whole new kitchen. It could be an in-ground pool, home renovations, or a $60,000 mortgage reduction payment. We call up your mortgage company and say, we'd like to make a payment. How much today? 60 grand. That'll knock some years, right? That'll give you, some pretty nice equity in your home. Or how about you don't have a home? Great. We'll throw 60,000 down on the home. And international vice president, it's just off the charts, right? I mean, we're talking about the highest one there is a $3 million home, right? Paid for in cash, folks, up front, done. You're in, right? So you can go higher if you want to, but we're throwing 3 at it. So that's what it's all about. Now, again, you choose what you want to go after. It's available, okay? You might be asking yourself, can I do this and will someone help me? And the answer is absolutely yes, all right? We're here to help you. That's what MYLIFE is here to do, and the people that invited you onto this line are here to do. We have a very simple 1, 2, 3 system, step-by-step approach that will help you become a life coach quickly, to get to executive team coach so that you can begin participating in these rewards. We have team support. So again, representatives that will help you, company support, us, and then training events that happen at the local level, regional level, online, and we will soon be announcing our very first international event as a company where everyone is going to be coming together to get trained by anyone and everyone from the company. Okay, so again, we can help you. It's doing something very simple again and again and again, and people make it happen. You know what? I always thought to myself, you're going to go to sleep tonight tired anyway. You're going to work tomorrow again anyway. And if there's a way to introduce something like My Life that you can take on a part-time basis, and you can make a difference, and all of a sudden a year later you're still going to bed for the same reason, you're tired, but you added My Life in, and all of a sudden everything changes. I don't know about you, but you can start understanding why people are choosing our opportunity as their way to make it happen. And finally, I want to talk to you about the crossroads mentality. This is a concept that many people appreciate, because we know that each and every one of you are at a crossroads with any decision that you make in life, right? You choose to either get involved or not, and it takes you down different streets, down different paths. And for me, when I was looking at this industry many years ago, I was making 30,000 a year as an engineer, and that was many years ago, right? And I was faced with a decision, that I had to make. Choose one. Am I in or am I out? And the best way to make the right decision is to analyze those two and make the right educated decision. So what happens if you don't do this? Well, if you don't do this, folks, nothing changes. Absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? Your circumstances getting on this webinar are the same getting off. And maybe that's okay to you, but you know what? I have to believe that you were looking to do something different or change, right? Your circumstance. We know that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again, expecting different results. But what if you choose My Life? Well, you know what happens if you choose My Life? More happens, because you still do what you've been doing, right? You have your salary plus My Life. So even if you make an extra $1,000 this year with My Life, that's $1,000 more that you make versus saying no. So that's when it dawned on me years ago, and I would assume is beginning to dawn on you, is that the absolute worst case scenario, saying yes, turning right, is the best case scenario, saying no. You have everything to gain and nothing to lose, right? And if that's the case, I want to personally welcome you to MyLife.net, right? Because our business is exploding. And you can imagine that this concept of a free startup brings reps quick. You don't want to lose your contacts. I can tell you it's happening left and right. Just get involved, get your position, and ultimately, lead us to some great people. Because I can tell you, you could, get one or two people that just take this thing by storm, and you find yourself overriding some incredible web shops that are driving incredible action and ultimately income to you and your family. And you can get started right away and as early as tonight. You can even do it with your smartphone. We call ourselves a pretty hip company that we're able to do that. But you can get with the person who invited you and get their sign-up link. That's how you will end up working together. And you're up and running and involved with My Life. So, folks, what is next? This is our final slide. What is next? It's simple. We need to launch your business 1, 2, 3 style. The person that invited you onto this webinar is going to get with you here tonight, right? They're going to talk to you and they're going to ask you a simple question. Do you see an opportunity for yourself? And my advice to you is to give them an answer. You might have a couple questions. We get that. But out of respect to them, let them know where you stand. And if you see an opportunity, my advice is to get involved. Don't let the reasons you need to do this become the reasons you don't by delaying, right? You need to earn more income, but tomorrow you don't have enough money to do this, right? You need more time in your life. That's why you got to do this. And tomorrow you're saying, I don't have time to do this. You got to make sure that you strike while, from your perspective, the iron's hot and you're ready to make things happen. And we're here to help you make that happen with this game plan. So with that, folks, look, this is MyLife.net. We appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to get involved, at least enough to look at our business. And if you see an opportunity, we do not take that lightly. It is very important to all the co-owners of this company that we take very seriously that you chose our company. And we take it personal when people get involved and take it as far as they can and change the quality of their life. We'd be honored and privileged to be able to take part in your journey in every way we can. I can guarantee you that we will continue to make MyLife.net better and easier and give you everything that you need to become successful. So on behalf of the person that invited you onto this webinar today and all the co-owners and executives that make My Life the great company that it is, we want to wish you the best. May God bless you, your families, and MyLife.net. Take care, everybody. God bless and have a great day.
song for the broken hearted.